Hello guys. I don't even know how to say hi. So today is my first episode of my matcha talks. I made myself a cute matcha latte because on my mission to stop drinking coffee, I recognize that I really like matcha. So now that I'm back in my sweet little hometown, which I absolutely am happy to be back, I decided to make myself an iced coffee or an iced matcha every morning because we do not have a coffee shop here. So yeah, let's take a sip. A sip. I'm sorry for my English. I haven't been speaking English that much, which is why I'm gonna start having my podcast again and this YouTube channel, which I'm hopefully gonna do more of. But today I've been or the last few days, I've been kind of talking and thinking about like the different phases and seasons of life. And I don't really know, like I'm probably just gonna talk a lot of random things and like a lot of shit. But that's just what you get. That's what you sign up for when you like look at this video, like, or even talk to me. Like you will get some cool stuff out of this, but you will also get some random stuff out of it that doesn't really make sense. So to begin, I'm just gonna talk about how I feel about the different seasons or like different parts of life. Because when you get born, or when you are born, sorry, you kind of just start and you're born into this life and you're born into this city or town in my case that I obviously don't want, but you're born into this town, you're born into a family with siblings maybe, or with parents maybe. I don't know, I can only speak about my case. And you're born in a country and you don't really get to choose where you're born. And then you grow up with values and with society's expectations that you didn't choose. So the first few years, people teach you a lot of shit. Like, I don't know, scarcity about money, that maybe like sexist things, even racism or something. As a child, you're not racist. You just get taught to think in a racist way. Or I don't know, it's just very random what I'm saying, but you don't really choose who you are. So for me, the first 18, 17 years of my life, I mean, after you go to school, like when you start going to school, you get way more influence from your teachers and your friends than from your parents, in my opinion. I don't know. I think it depends on how close you are with your family. But I am close to my family, but I was always allowed to have my own opinion. And I was always allowed to discuss. It was never my parents being like, you're a child, you do not have a say in this. I mean, in certain topics, maybe surrounding my safety, or I mean, I wanted to go to Texas when I was 15 and I was not allowed because my dad was like, no, that's too dangerous. Do not do it. Short break. But yeah, usually I had a say in things. And I was discussing a lot with my family. My family likes to discuss. But you're still learning who you are and who you want to be. And since your family always speaks about who you are or has a certain picture of you, you don't really find out who you are, in my opinion, until you move away. And I mean, in your teen years, you kind of find your group of people, of friends, hopefully. I mean, I hope you do. And you get their values and you kind of create your own values. But what I've realized, and what is totally normal, is that you kind of, like, my friends have a similar view on climate change. I think we all vote for the same party. Maybe like two vote for a different one. But we are in the right, no, in my opinion, in the correct spectrum of politics. But it's in the same area, because you would not choose people who do not have your interests or the same values as you. But your family, however, you might share some values, but it's not the same. So really the phase of childhood is a phase where you're not really, in my opinion, not really yourself. Like, I mean, you grow into this person, but that's the first season of life, like childhood, until you're, I would say, 14. Because when you're 14 or 13, you start being more with your friends. You just kind of distance yourself more from your parents and your family. And then after, really, I mean, that's, then you have your friends, values and everything, but you're still in that, if you did not move, you're still in that kind of bubble of your town or of the culture that you are within. And then when you decide to move to a city to study, or I don't know, to a different culture, maybe a different country, just like I did. For me, it was the US. I went to New York City. I kind of realized who I wanted to be, and I could just freely be that person. And I was an au pair, so I was there for 1 year and 2 months. And I recently got home, and now I'm in a different season of my life where I feel super lost, which is why I'm kind of getting back into podcasting and talking about it, because for me personally, it helps a lot to talk about stuff. And you just, so after you finish school, you're kind of in the beginning of your life, in my opinion, in the beginning of finding your true self. And I would tell everyone to move away as quickly as possible. And I don't mean that because people are so horrible in your hometown or you don't like your family or something, because I love my family. But I just say that because you need a phase where you are all alone. And the earlier you do it, the less it hurts and the more it makes you become the person that you are meant to be quicker. I don't know why I pronounce it that weirdly. But for me, personally, I was scared when I left my home country when I was 18. But I was so ready to get away from my town because I just don't like my town. I'm sorry, I just don't like it. But it doesn't have to do, I mean, it does have to do with the people and with the fact that there's nothing here and literally no opportunities. But I'm not here to talk badly about my hometown. The thing is just, when you move away young, rather younger, from your hometown, you become way more independent quicker, and I think it sets you up for success in the future. Because if you do the same thing as I did, which I do not recommend being an au pair, but if you want to do it, do it. If you do that and you move to a different country, maybe to study, let's say you study, that's better in my opinion. I would have done that, but it's very expensive. So if you move away to a different country and you find yourself in this whole new culture and you have zero people there, zero. I mean, you might know someone from America if you choose to go to America. You might know someone, and I knew my host family, but I didn't even know them that much, you know? You just kind of like Skype, and then you're like, okay, I want to work for you, and they're like, okay, we want you to come work for us and live with us. It's kind of a weird situation, but you just go there and you don't really know anyone. And when I think back to the point where I started my journey in the US, I didn't have any friends. I remember going shopping alone. I remember going out to eat alone, and I've never done that in my life because, first of all, there's not a lot of vegan restaurants here. Second of all, you always go out with your friends. Like, usually people feel uncomfortable when they're alone because then they're like, oh, maybe people are looking at me and think that I'm weird. But for me, doing things alone taught me how to be alone and not be lonely and not be uncomfortable, because you are gonna face moments in life where you are alone. So I did a lot of shit alone. I even went to Toronto alone. You can watch the vlog. It was very nice. It was actually one of my favorite trips because I did not have to make compromises with anyone else except for myself. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And sometimes I can be a little, I don't think it's annoying, but I can be a little inflexible. I try to be as flexible as possible, but I do need to have a plan, and I do need to have like just a little bit of a little piece that I can move forward with. Like 9 a.m. get up, 11 a.m. Toronto CN Tower, whatever. I just need to have a little bit. And you find out about yourself when you're alone. You don't, I mean, you also find out about yourself in terms of how you interact with other people. But how I found out who I want to be, and I'm still finding that out. I mean, I'm 19, I don't know who I want to be at all that much. But I know the basics. I know the basics. And when you're alone and when you moved away to your different season of life, which is now university, post-school, I don't know, you don't have to start studying right after school. You just find out who you are a little bit more. And that's why I suggest you to move away from your hometown and your family and your friends. And I know that you're gonna miss them. You can still be their friend. My friends and I, we talked a lot. I mean, not that much, but we did talk and we're still friends and it's still the same. But I also now have a lot of new friends. And I am so proud to say that when I was 18, I moved out in a different country and I built myself a life there. And it's actually, I don't have two lives. I don't feel like I have a life here back home because I don't. I really don't. I mean, I'm building it right now, but I really don't right now. My life is in the US. My life is in New York City. And I'm gonna go back there, hopefully as soon as possible. But right now I still have to do university, which is a privilege to be able to do it, but I'm not the biggest fan. But it's okay. We're gonna do it. We're gonna nail it. And then we're gonna go back. But you just need to get out of your comfort zone as young as possible, because when you're older, even when you're like 23, you're not gonna wanna give up the life that you have. Maybe you already studied, and I mean, if you studied at home, and maybe if you want to stay home, that's good, but I would say you should not stay home forever. Like, even if you want to come back later, you can always come back, but you should just move away. Even if you love it, just move away. And then try to find out who you are without your family's values, your family's opinions, because they're always going to have a view on you. My family still keeps talking about me being scared to sleep someone else when I was in 4th grade, and I've been sleeping in a different country for 1 year, so. And they still bring it up. They still don't think that I can do stuff. And it's not because they're mean or because they're trying to stop me, it's just because they think they have this vision of me. And when you constantly have to defend yourself or constantly have to go against that vision that people have of you because they've known you for a long time and they don't really know that you're trying to outgrow this new, like this old person, it's harder. So if you just move away, literally when I was in New York City, I was finally me. I was dancing, I was performing, I was the loudest version of me. I was the loudest. I dressed the way I wanted to. I bought the stuff that I wanted to buy because I was earning money. I was earning more money than now. Now I have zero. I was not earning a lot, but it's okay. But still, I was like independent. I was going where I wanted to go. I was going to places alone. I was maybe doing stuff like walking alone at night in New York City that is not super good, but my parents would have never let me. But I was just doing what I wanted to. And I was working and I felt independent, and it really helped me grow. And also having to meet new people that turned into super good friendships. I have a lot of friends there. Like, I'm not trying to say that you have to have a lot of friends. In terms of a lot, I have like 7. But 7 is plenty for me. And they're good friends. Like, I trust them. They let me stay in their apartments and stuff. And I would let them stay in my apartment if I had one. But I will have one soon, hopefully. But it's just, you need to go out of your comfort zone and you need to try to find out who you are. And in my opinion, it's not possible in your old surroundings. So that was my season that I just went through of like finding more of who I want to be as an adult. Now I was forced to go back, and now I'm like, who am I? Because I connect my life to New York City, but I was literally forced out of this country. I mean, not forced. They didn't like throw me out, but my visa expired, so I had to go. I make it sound so dramatic because for me it was dramatic, but it really isn't. And now I'm here, and I've been like cleaning and baking because I don't know what else to do. I'm trying to get back into music and dancing and working out. I literally did one workout today, but it's just not working for me right now. But that means I'm in a new season of life, and I don't know, maybe what I'm trying to say with this video is that you need to get out of your comfort zone. And New York City started being my comfort zone, and the job that I had was horrible, but it was also my comfort zone because I was like, I mean, I don't need to pick where I live. I just need to do my job. And I don't even need to find a new job. But when I go back to Germany earlier than I plan to, I need to look for a job. I need to look for stuff to do. I know that my friends don't live here anymore, so what am I gonna do? So I think it was all just, I mean, it is hard for me because I obviously want to be in New York City and I can't right now, but I know that I'll be able to in the future when I choose to be. People say that you might not want to go back in 3 years because America's so expensive and it's so hard to be there. And you know what? Maybe I'm not gonna want to go back, but I don't really think so. Like, I'm 99% sure that I want to go back because I just love this place. And not because it's America, but because it's New York City. That's a difference. It is a difference. And also because of the people there. Like, I missed all my friends. I love them. I miss them dearly. And I'm hopefully gonna come back quicker than moving back to visit, but yeah. But that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is it's okay to feel lost in the new season of your life that you're going through, because I even felt lost after high school stopped, after high school ended, because high school is a path that is just set out for you. I mean, you could drop out, but usually people just stay there. They do their graduation, their A-levels, whatever, and then they study, and then, or they go to a different country, which I want you to do, but choose your own poison, what you want to do. And I just think that you always feel lost after a season of your life ended. And right now I'm in the process of, I'm literally in between seasons, and I'm trying to make the best out of it. I'm trying to take care of my body, my soul, try to heal the wounds that I've been through in America, because it was not only just fun. I mean, it looked cool on Instagram and everything, but it really wasn't that. I mean, it was. When I didn't work, it was. When I didn't work, I had a hoot. It was nice. I mean, I still had some like drama going on, but I'm just a drama magnet, which I probably shouldn't be affirming, but I am. But it's just, I'm trying to tell this myself, but it's okay to feel lost. It's okay to not know where you're going next. I mean, I don't know where I'm going, but that's like 3 steps ahead. New York is 3 steps. I need to figure out my next step, which is where am I gonna study? I know what I'm gonna study, but where am I gonna study? Right now, I have one university that I really like, but I just need to like look into it. And then I'm already scared about the adulting things. You know, like studying already sounds so exhausting to me, but it's also fun, you know, but it's exhausting. Don't get me wrong. And then also finding an apartment. I know how to find an apartment in New York City. Could I afford one? No. But I don't know how to find an apartment in Germany. Like, I literally don't. And the taxes, like stuff like that, or insurance. Like, do I really want to deal with this? I have to, but I don't really want to, you know? But that's just the next part. It's adulting, and it's cool to adult, but it's also very annoying. Because my au pair life, it was very exhausting, it was very traumatic, it was very annoying. But I was still in this bubble of not having to pay rent, not having to figure out my insurance, not having, I mean, I did kind of have kids. I kind of felt like a mom. But we're not gonna talk about the au pair job. Let's just not talk about it. But it's just, now the studying is another season or era, and then New York City is gonna bring a lot of new problems to me, just because it's so expensive and hard to live there. But I know that it's worth it, and I know that I want to do it. And life would be so dumb without challenges, because it's too easy. Like right now, I'm so bored. I don't have anything. Like I don't have anything to worry about. I mean, I worry about my future, but in this current moment, I'm good. But I'm so bored. And I'm not saying the drama is good. I kind of love me some drama. But it's just, I don't know. It's a new season that's coming and I need to figure out what it's going to look like. And I just want you to know that you have a say in the seasons of your life and no one's going to decide for you. I know it was nice. I talked to Yula about this. I know it was nice when your parents made the decisions for you. I listen, when you're younger, you're like, oh, I don't want anyone deciding for me. And you're just like, no, I want to make this decision. But then, when you're out of school, and if you kind of know what you want to do, you're like, Mom, where should I move? Mom, which apartment should I take? Mom, should I take this job? Or Dad, whoever. You're looking for other people for guidance, but in reality, you are the only one. I mean, hopefully your loved ones care about your life, but you are the one who has to live it. And you're the one who has to make the choices. And they're gonna give you advice, of course, but you have to make the decisions. And I know it's hard. It's a lot of pressure. And in our Western countries, whatever, we have so many choices. We can do whatever we want to do, and it's a privilege. It's also very overwhelming. To me personally, it is. So new seasons of life always give you this part of being overwhelmed, this part of scarcity, anxiety, but also excitement. And I'm just trying to make myself and make you kind of focus on the excitement part to see it more positively. But it's normal to worry. I'm worried. And I always think back about the things that I was worried about, like my A-levels. I was so worried about my A-levels, and I did so well. And even if you don't do well in a part of your life, in a season of your life, there are so many seasons to come and so many things where you can do well and make the right decisions for you. But you just need to start doing it and not try to overthink it and embrace new seasons. And even if the change was unwanted, just like my change was, I did not want to leave New York City. I just have to. I know that I have to, which is why I'm not trying to beat myself up about it. And I know that I can come back. It's not going to run away. It still sucks though. So embrace the fact that it sucks, but also embrace the excitement of a new path and of seeing different things, because life is so beautiful and it's so vast and you have so many experiences that are going to come. And what I always like to think about is you have not met all the people you love or you will love. You have not seen all the places you will love. And I know nothing's gonna compare to New York City, but now I can look through Europe and see other cities and fall in love with other cities. But as long as you just keep following your dreams and your wishes, you're gonna be good. Embrace the seasons of life is my comment up today. And now I still have to finish this, so yeah, I'm gonna finish the rest off camera because I've talked so much. And I know that I've been repeating myself a lot, but I just hope the video kind of helps someone. And also my posture is so bad. Please do not comment on my posture. Bye bye, my lovies. Love you, Moise.